All the range these days doing slasher takes on classic, tropes of films like. Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to Back to the 80s week, the week where we are going back to the 1980s in horror. So, today's review, I'm reviewing Totally Killer. Yes, this came out in 2023, and at the beginning is set in 2023, but our main protagonist, Jamie, does go back in time to the 1980s. So, taking place in a small town on Halloween, where it is the home of an infamous killings that took place in 1987, where the Sweet 16 killer struck, where he killed three 16-year-old teenage girls and stabbed them 16 times each, and was never caught. Of course, Jamie, played by Kiernan Shipka, eventually falls victim to this killer, and her scientist nerd friend, who builds a time machine, actually manages to pull it off, and the killer gets chases her into this time machine, and she ends up going back in time to the 1980s and has to find her friend's mother, who also has this knowledge of building a time machine, and must try and fix it so she can get back to the present day and save her mother, who also gets killed by the Sweet 16 killer at the beginning. And of course she meets her mother when she was young, and we get some 80s nostalgia, some Back to the Future references in this film, and of course we get the Sweet 16 killer. So there's the plot there. What did I like about this one? Well, it seems to be all the rage these days doing slasher takes on classic tropes of films like It's a Wonderful Knife, which is a slasher take on It's a Wonderful Life, Happy Death Day, which is obviously Groundhog Day, Freaky, which is like Freaky Friday, and we got this one which I clearly think is a slasher rehash on Back to the Future. So yeah, I like the time travel tropes. I do love a good time travel movie, and I liked how it got, how we had it in the 80s, because it does go with this theme, because we're going back to the 80s, and like in this movie, she goes back to the 80s. So I like the 80s callbacks and the settings and stuff, and the comedy, and because this is a comedy slasher as well, and the funny gags. I also liked Kiernan Shipka, or as I knew her fresh off the spot from The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. She again took a lead role in this movie playing Jamie, and she manages to save her parents and bring them closer even sooner. And at the end, of course, does a few little glitches to her timeline and changes her future slightly. Let's just say she has a brother called Jamie, and her name is now Colette. I also like the supporting cast we got in this, including the woman who played the adult version of her mother. I knew her as Claire Dunphy from Modern Family. And of course, the Sweet 16 killer. The mask looked tacky on the killer, but it was alright enough. I thought, tacky, whatever, but very 80s. And also the pattern of stabbing 16 times. But yeah, she does also change the past by changing the order these three girls are killed in as well. But I thought it had a good soundtrack as well, a good 80s soundtrack. When you go to the 80s, you got to put an 80s soundtrack in there, and I liked that. I also thought, the story was kind of predictable, I guess, but all in all, I just switched off to this film and had a rat and rode along with it and had a blast. It's on Amazon Prime, so yeah, and I had some anticipations for this film, like what's it going to be like, and yeah, I'm glad I dedicated my time to it. And it's also a good film to watch around Halloween time, as it does play around the Halloween season. Also, the whole killer as well is a bit of a mystery behind it and a whodunit thing. But it comes to a full reveal. There's also a nutty podcaster as well in the present that, basically tours people around the town of the killings. But yeah, it's a fun slasher romp. Call back to the 80s, and we go back to the 80s. We get some slasher kills in there, we get some cheese in there, it's just a fun film to watch. A good hour and a half, I think it is. But yeah, totally killer. I did enjoy this one. Will there be a sequel? Well, up to now, the only one of these like revamp movies that I've ever got a sequel is Happy Death Day. Maybe not, I don't know, but this is alright as a standalone movie as well. I also, like I said, I love the science fiction and the time elements in there. I love the characters who played, her friend in the present day and then her friend's mother, with the whole time travel stuff, with this great big ball of wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. So yeah, shall we get to my ratings on this one? I thought it was an enjoyable film. I wasn't bored watching it. I did enjoy watching it, and good 80s callback. However, it was also your run-of-the-mill slasher. It had the cliches in there and all that stuff, which, again, is nothing new to slasher movies. I will give Totally Killer. Do you know what? I will give it... Yeah, I'll give it, again, 4 stabs out of 5. 4 stabs out of 5 for Totally Killer. So, yeah, good movies I'm doing here, aren't I? Because I enjoy them that much. Anyway, yeah, there you go. There's my review for today. Have you seen this one? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and to share with your friends. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and to hit that notification bell and to share with your friends. And I'll see you tomorrow for some more Back to the 80s, where we will be reviewing more 80s horror movies, because that's the theme of this week. So, till then, don't have nightmares.